this webinar today. Today we'll talk about advanced reporting for Microsoft Pro Project Online using Power BI. We are FluentPro, and our company is Microsoft Gold Certified Partner focused on the PPM. We are as well the ISV, and you probably know about our company as a developer of tools for administration management and migration for Microsoft PPM platforms that includes Microsoft Project Server, Microsoft Project Online, Office 365 Planner. My name is Anton Kravtsov. I'm the CEO of the company, and I will present our product today. So very quickly about what is a Power BI and what's Microsoft Project Online. So Microsoft Project Online is a portfolio project management solution from Microsoft. It's pretty much a gold standard in modern project management, portfolio management. It has all the PPM capabilities, and Microsoft Power BI is a leading, it's a market leader reporting and business intelligence platform from Microsoft as well. They all available as part of Office 365 platform. They're all available for all the users, and Microsoft has a standard set of reports or Power BI report pack available from the Power BI. So in fact, you can just get the standard set of standard reports and use it that are provided by Microsoft. But as often the case, those reports are not sufficient for majority of the organization, and we believe that the power of Power BI is that it enables and it is the primary output from the out of the Microsoft PPM. Executives, management, analysts, they need information from Microsoft PPM in readable and format that can be usable for making decisions. And Power BI is a great tool to do that. The value, it's critical that PPM is not just a solution in a box. PPM need to provide the value to leadership, so the leadership can see the high picture, that management has enough information to make decisions, that management can decide which projects need to be moved, approved, or rejected from execution, to make a decision on killing some projects that are not aligned with strategic objective. Management need easy way without going to project management, going to project managers or PMO. They need to have a great way to see an easy way to find statuses of specific projects and portfolios as well as resources. And it is critical to provide that visibility, and it's critical to provide and deliver that value to your leadership from the PPM. Again, PPM shouldn't be in the box. It should provide all the information needed for leadership to make decisions and actions. As well, having the advanced reporting solution, it helps organization to improve in general the PPM capabilities. You can, by having reporting, you can measure your failures, you can measure your success, you can measure performance of your organization. So it gives that additional dimension that you can measure, that you can compare, and that you can track. PPM capabilities as well, it's required that it delivers a historical information, so-called historical trending and forecasting, because that's the only way for organization to be able to make decision and or corrective actions based on previous experience. And in general, by implementing reporting based on the PPM data on projects and portfolios, organization can analyze and measure if strategic objective and goals of organization are achieved, and you can have the quantitative metrics for that success. So very quickly, if we go about architecture and the advantage of our system is that we provide not just Power BI reports back because we provided two solutions. So we provide a solution called the FluentPro DataMart Cloud that is connected to Project Online. And the reason for having the solution is that we need to be able to create data snapshot and training. We need to simplify the data model so it can be easily consumed. We provide some great interface to SharePoint data, so there is no technical complexity going across multiple SharePoint site and collecting all that information, as well as we offer connectivity to Office 365 Planner, which is part of Microsoft PPM family right now, and is being managed and developed by Microsoft project team as well. So DataMart is a middleware that connects to projects that can connect to Microsoft Planner, and on the output, it processes data and it's exposed the same OData interface as a project does. And Power BI pack that we have is simply connecting to that OData interface provided by DataMart. Um, DataMart is a platform that it's not only for training, it's really for data preparation and centralization. It helps in organization to get more information, more structured approach to that information, and pre-process that information instead of doing that in the model or in the Power BI. So it really simplifies that data aggregation, data transformation. So let's switch to demo, and I will show how our new version of report pack works. We had this report pack for 1.5 years, and this is a new iteration of our reports pack. Hopefully, as you probably know, is that every PPM partner has a report pack, and we were not an exception. With this new version, we tried to make it more user-friendly and add more capabilities to our reporting to be different. Okay. So if I go to my Power BI pack, so if you go to home page, okay, let me just open it. We decided to organize everything by pretty much three roles. There is an executive role, there are PMO, project manager, and resource manager. If you go to any of those roles, you will see a list of questions. And by building our new version of reports, we try to start not from just report standpoint, but really from questions and uh, issues and problems that executives or project managers are facing. For example, which project in portfolio and who's managing them. If I simply click on that link, I will get my report, and it's immediately available here. So if you are an executive, very likely you will use one of those reports and very likely during your work you ask yourself those questions. And with our reports, you will be able to see all that information in one place. So very quickly, if you go through the reports, if you go to portfolio overview, uh, on every report that we have here, we have ability to go home, ability to go to previous page, and just follow the links if you drill down. But as well, pretty much everywhere you have some additional grouping. Whenever you have a list of projects or resources, you are able to group them by specific attributes: project status, department, project type, manager, and workflow phase and stage. We added several project statuses that are calculated. It's not I would say they are artificial. They're not linked to specific field. It's all based on the status. If the project has variances, if project has late tasks, if project has compared to the baseline, it's late or it's completed or not completed. So our customers find that that it's much more helpful. For example, if I want to see all just future projects, all that I can do is just I will pick just this one. It means the projects that have 0% complete and have start or finish date in the future. Uh, Here you can, in addition, you can filter your projects by project manager, because it's very often scenario that, okay, show me all the projects for Alex, and system will need to be able to answer those questions and show that by a specific project manager. At the same time, usually the list of project managers it is in tens or even usually it's in tens. So it is manageable. It's not a list of resources where you might have thousands of thousands of resources, and you need to filter out the data. So it is manageable to have it here. In most cases, for majority of reports, we provide several switches here where you can switch between the cost and work view. Sometimes if we have the earned value, and on the top as well we have quick filters for Windows. So by default you can turn on, and it's your kind of like data analysis window. It can be 3 months, it can be this current month, it can be show me all the projects and all the everything that has late tasks, and show me all the projects that are late. So all those quick filters you can use for quickly finding the issue. So our idea was to provide the overview, but at the same time give you not the huge amount. Like if your organization has, for example, 1,200 projects planned for this year, it would be close to impossible to manage and navigate in that window. And in most cases, for 99% scenarios, you don't need to see all those projects. In most cases, you need to say, okay, what's happening in my next window? What's happening this month? What's happening within 3 months? Last month, current month, and next month. Do I have any problems, or do I have projects where I need to pay my attention? That's exactly why we have those filters, and they significantly reduce the amount of data that needs to be processed and analyzed by person viewing those reports. So again, in portfolio overview, we have cost summary, cost by in this case by project manager, cost again the same, but the number of projects by person. If I, for example, will switch to the project status instead of project manager, I will be able to see slightly different information here. Again, like it's all future project. If I'll have active and will disable my future, I should have slightly more information. If I go to work view, similar information will be, just we won't show the actual cost. Cost information will show the work related information. If I go to portfolio details, it's a list of projects where I can see my statuses, and in this case I can, for example, select uh, several statuses, and that will immediately show my report. And again, here I see main project, I see status, I see percent complete, project manager, and all the work-related information, including the workflow phases and stage. Again, everything is the same. All the filters here. If needed, I can see it in the work view, or I can see it on the cost view, where instead of work information and efforts information, I would see all the cost-related information. If you go to portfolio timeline, uh, it's a visual representation of all your projects. Again, like you can apply all the filters. And what we did here is you can decide, for example, show me the project starting in next month, year, or week, and that will immediately, show all the future project, and same you can do for the finish date. Portfolio governance, it's a set of quite important reports. So what we did is we built a set of metrics simply just for health check of all the projects that organization have. There are projects with no status date. There are projects with cost variance, work variance. There are projects that are late. The project has the late tasks. There are projects with late milestones, projects that have no baseline, no risk, no issues, no deliverables, no milestones, no resources assigned, and the projects that have an empty task lane. So, and here you can see all that information, and status visible here on as there is a late reason, and we show calculated value what's happening with project. Project has a late milestone, has late tasks. Again, like in all reports, everywhere where you see project, you can always do the drill downs, and we'll go simply just through all the reports very quickly. But there are multiple. We have over total 28 reports in our package, and you can do drill down from pretty much from any portfolio level to project level. From project level, you can go to resources and see all that information in one place. If you go to portfolio time-phased information, we will have cost and work information in more visual format, but time-phased. And here we have slightly different switch. Instead of switching for current view like months, 3 months view, we shows the way how to present information. It can be monthly, it can be quarterly, it can be yearly or annually. That all depends on level of detail that you need, and that all depends on how big and how long your projects run. So some organizations that have projects, for example, the biotech or healthcare, the project can run for years. In software development, and if you are in consulting business, maybe your project will run for 4 weeks or for months. So you need to have a different level of details of information. Here you can see that. Again, like you can see between cost and work and see information, and all that information comes from schedule. So you can see that's your baseline, that's actual work, that's work, and as well here for work we show the engagements. As you know, very important part is functionality that is available as engagement. And here, as you can see, we'll have more reports, and I will show that where we can show real allocation versus engagements. System can show how effectively your organization using the engagement feature, and if your project manager are requesting too much of resources using the engagement, and or under requesting not enough using that feature. PM utilization report, very simple report. In fact, it shows just a number all your project managers and how many projects they have, how many projects they manage, and it shows just them by the status, but you can see a lot assigned resources. For example, it's a Microsoft demo data set, but we see that Lydia Holloway has 19 projects for some reason, and majority of them they're late. So probably something wrong. Maybe we need to add another manager and reassign some of the project maybe to Megan, because she has no project assigned at all. Again, very simple report, but it allows you to see to make sure that your PMs are not over allocated and they can deliver and they can do the work they assign. Portfolio milestones. It's a portfolio view for over all your milestones. Here you can see all the projects and milestones for project with dates. You can see how many milestones you have for specific period. And again, here you can filter. For example, I don't need to see future project. For example, I can see just active, or maybe even just only active projects. So you can absolutely filter that out and see if you have all that information. Portfolio tasks, very simple, very similar report where you have number of tasks by type, completed, late, not late, and it simply shows that how many tasks you had, or you will have late or not late across all your project. And here you see all that information. You can scroll down and see your projects with all that information. In addition to pretty much everywhere, you can, if you need to, you can using the standard Power BI functionality, you can filter out or add additional filters for your project. So if you're looking for specific information, you can use that filter and add additional parameters if the filters that we have here on the top are not enough for your specific scenarios. Portfolio workflows, it's a view on all your projects by portfolio phases and stages. As you can see, you see here your projects, and you can see your by status, by stage, and you can see all that information here. And this one is more visual. This more visual view. Definitely, majority of project and execution, because that's a status that we selected. If we add, for example, future, that should slightly change this picture. So yeah, we definitely have more project right now in selection since we added some future projects. Resource utilization. One of the count problems is simply to see all your resources and see the capacity, demand, availability of your resources, so you can see that information. In this case, it shows on the annual basis. If we switch to monthly, it will show more granular details by months, and it shows it across entire. It shows across an entire pool. What you can do is you can filter for that specific resource or for group resource as well, but you need to be since it's quite a big data set. That report takes time to update. If you have especially very large resource pool, so you need to wait a little bit for report to display or increase the period time for data display. Resource allocation is similar resource. It shows information in the heat maps on the time phase information for specific resource. So visually you can see what's happening. For example, if you go here, we'll show information, will show that, okay, that's a capacity, that's utilization, that's a variance. So we have over allocated our resource, and we probably need to do something about with that resource. I can go to specific resource allocation details and see all the work by Alfonso and see where is the allocation. Okay, it's on October, and I clearly see that there is an over allocation here, and that's a project, that's a task that he assigned. As resource manager or executive, I definitely can see all that information. Okay, if you go to resource work, we can see similar information by resource. We already discussed it. Projects work, it's a similar time-phased view of all the work by projects. Risk and issues report shows all the risks and issues. It's combined here. It's one report. You can see them on one dashboard. Risk by assignee, risk count by period, and risk details across the project. Again, you can use all the standard filters to filter out your resources or go to specific project, or you can switch to issues view and see all your very similar report just for issues. Again, like if you, for example, if you need to see the risk register, you can filter out by specific resource or by specific project, and then pop up it, and that's here your pretty much risk register or issue register that you can view and print and export to Excel if required. Similar capabilities for deliverables, where you can see deliverables by project. If you use that capabilities, you will be able to report on that. Next section is everything around the timesheets. So we have a timesheet compliance. So its system shows that how many timesheets we have in progress, submitted, approved, rejected by person, and you can see again like all that information, and you can filter by specific period. You can filter that by timesheet manager, by department, by specific resource. So you can see all that information in one screen. Timesheet details, it shows information in more details, and you can see that for specific person. It shows the person name and task and where the time is being reported on specific period, so you can absolutely see that information. Timesheet billing shows information about the billing hours versus non-billable hours, so it provides analysis billable of and non-billable work by all the resources that are working on your project. Timesheet history report shows all the historical information on the timesheets and shows the what is administrative time, sick time, standard time, vacations, planned work by time tracking category. So you can see that information on average across your organization. But again, like you can see it by project, you can see by owner, you can see by you can see the detailization. So it provides all additional analysis that you can get from timesheets. For example, you can say, okay, show me how much sick time we had in we had, for example, on vacation we had in August. System will show that information, all that information here. Engagement and assignment, as I mentioned, it is very important report where you can see your projects, you can see assignments that you have on schedule, and engagements that you are requested or added and were approved. It is very important report, so you can see if your organization using engagements, very likely you need to make sure that everything goes through the engagement. And in this case, the report exactly shows that there are more assignments that were that engagement requests were placed, and definitely as project manager and resource manager, someone need to take care of that issue, because there's definitely project managers will likely not following the process. Update history report, it's using the historical and snapshotting information, and it shows how often specific projects are being updated. It's demo data set, but the idea that we show here, we calculate the score, and it shows how many times per month the project was updated, simply just deleted by number of days, and it calculates the score. And system will simply see just how many times project was changed, and shows that update score. The reason to have that report is you need to evaluate if you can trust the data you have in your report. If really the project status green means green, and if it was updated recently. So it is critical to have such report, and such report shows all the information about your projects, and how the trustworthy all the information in the reports. So as you can see, we tried to build a quite simple report, again, all based on the roles, and we cover all the major aspects. We cover the portfolio view, both from cost and work. We provide the views for project managers, where they can see the details for specific projects, for all the details for single project. We provide all the view from the resource manager, where you can see engagements and timesheets for your resources, as well as set of governance reports that provide overview if your teams are using these processes and updating and baselining projects, and have the risk and issues, as well as data, how frequently they update the information. If we switch back to our presentation, small summary. So what's the difference? Why FluentPro? First of all, we offer 28 ready-to-use reports. So we provide you that package. You can use that package. And if you need to customize it, our data feed is very similar to standard project online. So if you need to make some change, add reports, absolutely you can do it. We covered pretty much all aspects of what's required by organization. So we cover the portfolio aspect, project aspect, cost details aspects, resources, timesheets, governance, risk, and issues. So all that information covered. As part of our offering, FluentPro has a Power BI Center of Excellence, and I will just you will as a customer you can get discounted rate for any customization or any additional work that your organization might need. Deployment model. We have three deployment models. So first of all, and which is the most common, is the online version, where our solution is deployed. DataMart is a cloud version, and we provide you a Power BI file, and you open and deploy to a tenant. From Power BI, you connect to our cloud version in OData feed, and you define the update schedule, and it's up and running. We manage FluentPro we are managing all the infrastructure, we're managing everything related to uptime, and our platform has 4 nines the availability, so very high availability of our solution. Second option is that sometimes customers decided, okay, we like everything, but we need to have full control of our data. You can deploy DataMart to your infrastructure. We call it in this case, we call it not DataMart Cloud, we call DataMart Server. And in this case, you can deploy to your own Azure, or you can deploy to your data center, and you manage all the availability aspects of software. We just maintain this. We help you with providing latest builds and answering all the software-related questions. And as well, we have an options where we can manage that infrastructure for you. It's called dedicated cloud. Where you have completely separate instance for DataMart, and it's being managed. Again, DataMart has a standard to data interface, and Power BI just consumes, just receives that information, connects to that data endpoint, and gets everything. Our pricing model is by default, you get a set of reports. You get DataMart. It's annual subscription. In addition to Project Online Connector, you get, as you mentioned, you receive a connector to Microsoft Planner, and you receive as well a package of more than 20 reports for Planner as one solution. By default, it's hosted in Microsoft Azure. For existing FluentPro customers right now, we have a special offering where you can get, depending on your volume of business with FluentPro, you can get significant discounts starting from 25 to 15% for subscription price, and for very large customers who have multiple products, you can get even bigger discounts. So we'll send a campaign, or if you're existing customers, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll provide all the price information. It is annual subscription, mostly for DataMart, and you get all the reports. As I mentioned, FluentPro has Power BI Center of Excellence, so we have a team that only do Power BI development. We have developers, we have several business analysts and architects who can help with all your Power BI needs if required. If, for example, you need to make a change or add additional data source, or maybe add feed from your financial system to PPM reports, we can help with that, and we have a team that can do that. And again, like, we can engage with us in different models, so simply just get the pack, get a product and enjoy it, or work with us on premium consulting support. If you have any questions about the pricing, please feel free to reach out to us. You can contact sales at fluentpro.com, and please specify if you're a new customer or existing customers, since we have that special discounts for our customers. Thank you for your time. It was a presentation of our Power BI pack. We'll have a demo site up soon, so you can reach. If you want a trial, absolutely, we provide a trial. So reach out to us, and we'll get you started. Thank you, and have a great day.